The 21st of May, 2008, Kisii District, Western Kenya, nightfall. A mob estimated at up to 300 people moves through two villages with a list. Not a rumour, not a whisper, a list. Names written down. People they had already decided would die tonight. They hunted down 8 women and 3 men. Most were between 70 and 90 years old. Some were dragged from their homes, throats slashed, clubbed, then burned. All 11 were burned. Families fled into hiding, fearing they were next. The charge? Witchcraft. And in Kisii, that charge alone was enough to gather 300 people, write down names, and walk through the night to kill 11 elderly souls. A few days before the attack, a group of schoolchildren reportedly found a book near their school, a list of people in the community who would soon die, and the witches supposedly responsible. That book, that single anonymous book, was the spark. District Commissioner Njoroge Ndirangu confirmed the mob used a list to identify targets, accusing them of bewitching their sons and daughters. No trial, no evidence, no court, just a list, a crowd, and fire. Now, who made that list? Nobody knows. Nobody was ever held accountable for it. A local shaman with decades of experience said plainly, in all his years of practice, he had never once encountered a real witch. These are vendettas, he said. It is not that people really bewitched somebody. He saw it for what it was. The mob did not, or maybe some of them did see it for what it was. Analysis of most witch-burning cases in Kisii shows a direct link to resource conflicts, land, inheritance, property. Most victims are widows. Their accusers are typically relatives from their deceased husband's family. The witchcraft accusation comes almost immediately after the husband dies. Because few Kenyans hold title deeds to their land, if a woman is killed, every obstacle to inheritance disappears. And when witchcraft is the stated justification, local authorities rarely challenge it. Perpetrators are almost never prosecuted. So ask yourself, how many people in that 300-person mob believed in witchcraft, and how many just wanted grandma's land? In Kisii, local newspapers have reported at least 6 elderly people facing this kind of violence or death every single month. In October 2021, 13 years after the killings, 4 more elderly people in Kisii were burned alive by a mob after a teenager said he couldn't speak, named them as the cause, and that was enough. The system that allowed 2008 to happen? Still intact. After the May 2008 massacre, there were arrests, there were promises. Kenya's government condemned it publicly. But police couldn't build cases. Nobody would testify. Witnesses were too afraid. Survivors who escaped to rescue shelters refused to go home because going home meant dying. 11 people were burned alive by a crowd of hundreds. The number of people convicted? Almost none. 11 people, ages 70 to 90, burned alive by their neighbours with a list. And the world moved on by Thursday.